Hello everyone, welcome to GoWider Academics. In this video, I will explain first chapter of Vista's textbook, The Third Level. The Third Level is written by Jack Finney. Jack Finney was an American author. His best known works are science fiction and thrillers, including The Body Snatchers and Time and Again. The former was the basis of the 1956 film Invasion of the Body Snatchers and its remakes. This chapter deals with the irreversible, harsh consequences of war. A war leaves people in a state of insecurity and fear. It is about modern day problems, uncertainties, and stress which everybody wants to escape. It is a story of a 31-year-old man named Charlie and his psychological condition in which he hallucinates and visits a third level of the Grand Central Station, which has only 2 levels in real. The chapter Third Level starts with the story revolving around a 31-year-old man named Charlie who had a weird experience. While returning to his residence, he reaches the third level of the Grand Central Station, which does not exist. He reminisces the entire experience with his friend Sam, who is a psychiatrist, and terms this experience as a waking dream wish fulfillment. Charlie had hallucinated time travel to somewhere in 1894, a time before the world saw the 2 deadly world wars. After he had realized that he had time traveled, he wanted to buy 2 tickets to Galesburg, Illinois. He wanted to travel to Galesburg with his wife Louisa. According to Sam, his psychiatrist friend, he wanted to escape the reality of the harsh world. The next day, Charlie reached the station to look for that third level to visit Galesburg, but he didn't find it. Charlie hence resorts to his stamp collection, which would distract him from his thoughts of the third level. While going through his stamp collections, he finds a letter from Sam, who had gone missing recently. He wrote that he always believed in Charles' idea of the third level. He says he himself is present in the third level. He motivated Charlie and Louisa to keep looking for the third level. Now, the detailed explanation of the chapter The Third Level. The chapter starts with the narrator himself talking about the third level at the Grand Central Station, which has only 2 levels in real life, which the president of New York Central and the New York, New Haven and Hartford railroads would vouch for. The protagonist says he himself has been to the third level. Charlie, the protagonist and narrator, was reminiscing about the entire incident with his psychiatrist friend Sam, who said that he was trying to escape the burden of the present reality. Charlie said his stamp collection was proof that he needed refuge from reality. He adds on to say that his grandfather did not need any refuge from reality and that things were peaceful and simple during his times. He said that his grandfather also had started stamp collection but not out of insecurities. He added that even President Roosevelt collected stamps. One night, the previous summer, he was returning from his work and was in a hurry, so he decided to take a subway from the Grand Central Station instead of a bus. He says that he was dressed ordinarily. He says that the station has been growing like a plant and he has often bumped into new corridors and doors. Hence he thought that he was walking through a secret tunnel and reached the third level of the station. He said when he reached the level, he saw every room was smaller. There was a lesser number of ticket windows, information booths and train gates. They were all old looking and made of wood. The station was dim lit. There was the usage of open flame gas lights. People were dressed in old fashioned clothing and there were brass buttons everywhere around. People had fancy birds and mustaches. His suspicion was validated by the date in the newspaper, June 11, 1894. Charlie, after realizing his time travel, wanted to go to Galesburg with his wife Louisa. While he went looking for tickets at the ticket counter, he found that the currency in use was different from that of the old times. The following day, he withdrew all his savings and got it converted to the old century currency. This distressed his wife. He does not find the third level at the station the next day. His wife was worried when she got to know about it. After a while, he distracted himself with stamps. Somehow, Sam the psychiatrist disappeared out of the blue. There are three main characters in this chapter: Charlie, Sam, and Louisa. I will tell you in detail about these three characters. First, Charlie. Charlie is the protagonist of the story and also the narrator of the story. He is a 31-year-old man. He was not happy with his present life, and one night he had a weird incident when he experienced the third level of the Grand Central Station of New York, which supposedly has only 2 levels. He saw people with old-fashioned dresses on this third level, and he also found a newspaper saying the date June 11, 1894. Charlie started to believe in the existence of this third level, which was operated in the 1890s. When he told about this experience to his wife Louisa, she started to worry about him and sent him to his psychiatrist friend Sam. He told Charlie that because he was unhappy with his life, he experienced a waking dream wish fulfillment. Now, the second character, Sam. Sam is the second most important character in the story. He is a psychiatrist and a friend of the protagonist, Charlie. When Charlie experiences the presence of the third level in the Grand Central Station of New York, he visits Sam for consultation due to his wife. Sam said that Charlie is unhappy with his life, due to which he got this experience, and called Charlie's experience as waking dream wish fulfillment, and declared it a mere temporary refuge from the tensions of the real world. But after some time, he finds himself entangled in this imaginary world. Sam has to listen to the worries of many psychic patients daily, which affects Sam's life badly. And to escape this stressful life, he got caught in the imaginary world. The last character is Louisa. Louisa Mabin was the protagonist's wife. She was a shrewd and cunning woman who perfectly knew how to grab any opportunity that comes at her door. She was also called an opportunist in the story. She got worried when her husband told